Hello everybody, this is the Daydreamer with Daydreams and Nightmares, and welcome to my collection Wednesdays. This is going to be part 2 of my New Mutants run. This will be 21 through 40. And you can see the first cover that I have here for 21. And actually I hadn't mentioned, I was running out of time and stayed away from my pricing changes. When we started out here, we were starting out at 60 cents when we first started out, and a very cartoonish, they are comics after all, stylization. But when we start getting into this, we start seeing a change in the style of covers for the New Mutants, getting away from that type of cover. And you'll notice too that by now we've also gone up to $1 on the cost of the comic books as well. When we go into these next group, the first one, number 21 here, was a deadly double-sized issue of the New Mutants. It's a giant-sized issue, and it is the Slumber Party. I don't know if you can see that down here. So it is a one-shot that deals with all the girls hanging out, and a few other storylines taking place. Of course, it is a double-sized issue, which includes an invitation of Warlock to join the school, come to the school and join the New Mutants. That's what goes on here in 21. Going on to 22 here, New Mutants, Once Upon a Time. Also, story inside is called The Shadow Within. This and the previous were both cover arts by Bill Sikowitz, and Chris Claremont is still doing the storylines for these. And actually, I think, let me take a look here, yeah, all the way through at least 30. So I'm not going to keep repeating myself. All these covers are done by Bill Sikowitz, and Chris Claremont is the writer on all these from 21 to 30. Maybe I'll give it a little more time to actually tell you what's going on with these. There's a brief, in this particular one, there is a brief appearance by Colossus. Moving on to number 23. This is an interesting change in storyline. There's a 3-story arc here that involve Cloak and Dagger. In this first one, number 23, called Shadow Man, Wolfbane and Sunspot suddenly have the powers of Cloak and Dagger. And that follows up with number 24, in which Cloak and Dagger actually make an appearance and try to help. This is the Hollow Heart. New Mutants number 25, The Price of Power. This is a key book in that it is the first cameo appearance of Legion, called The One and Only Fear. This is the last of the 60-cent covers. Oh, I've shown that before. This is where we do make some changes. The $1 change was because of the double-sized book. That's where we're at. So this is the very last of the 60-cent cover books. The double price issue was priced $1 because it was a double-sized issue. This is where we make the change. Going from 25 to 26, we go from 60 to 65 cents. And this would be the first official full appearance of the Legion, making this, as far as the as far as Legion is concerned, it's a key book. This is the part of a very large story arc. Once again, we get back to no, there's only 3 stories. This is one that involves Professor X and the New Mutants, and there is a young man who's in the pictured here, who is an autistic boy who actually has a split personality, and Professor X actually takes the New Mutants through a astral plane trip into the mind of this boy, David, who is the key to these next 3 books. That would be here in number 26, number 27. This one's called The Abyss. And number 28. Which is Soul War. And we have number 29, which is kind of a standalone. No story arc involved here, although there are always some crossing stories, but this one's called Meanwhile Back at the Mansion. You have Sunspot and Magma are kidnapped. And they are kidnapped. Well, actually, it is the start of the, let's see, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 story arc. We're getting back to Hellfire Club and, or no, the Gladiators. The the New Mutants. I keep trying to say the New Mutants. The Turtles. They're not. It's the New Mutants are kidnapped and taken to an underground arena to compete against the Gladiators to the death. Number 30. Once again, this is the singer and her song. All these, again, are Bill Sikowitz and Chris Claremont on cover art and story. And this is showing the return of Karma, who's been out of the storyline since issue number 6. And then along with the whole storyline of the underground fighting and gladiators. That continues with the next group. New Mutants number 31. Saturday Night Fight. New Mutants number 32, which is actually, we finally have somebody else doing, the cover art's different on this one with Steve Lealoha. And of course Chris Claremont is continuing and will continue all the way through 40 here, doing the storyline. This is including the appearances of Warlock and Storm. This is called To the End of the Earth. We have New Mutants number 32, or 33, sorry. And this is also covered by Steve Lealoha, called Against All Odds. This is a battle with Karma and the possessed New Mutants. And the very last book in that story arc line, which is number 34. Called With a Little Bit of Luck. And Steve Lealoha is doing cover art here again as well. Do believe believe that is Magic and or Ileana on the cover there. And with this story too, you come to the conclusion to find out who has actually been controlling karma this entire time. Number 35. I do believe this is a standalone. This is the last 65-cent book for cover issue. Cover art is done by Mary W. I believe it says MW right here. And Bill Sikowitz is back doing covers again. And you have the introduction of Magneto being in charge as headmaster of Xavier School. New Mutants number 36. This is the first 75-cent issue. Cover is by Barry Windsor Smith. Very first cover he has done for the New Mutants. And one of my first favorite, and once again you can see the change in stylization of the way that the covers in comics are going from what is, once again, a little more away from the stylized and cartoonish version of it into what I would consider a little more realistic and detail-oriented type of artistry that Barry Windsor Smith is well known for. This one is called Subway to Salvation, and it is part of, well, the rest of these books here, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40 are all part of the same story arc. And this particular one also is a crossover, Secret Wars number 2. Right up here you can see the start of the Secret Wars number 2 and some crossovers that the New Mutants are involved in. New Mutants number 37. Bill Sikowitz and Rick Leonardi do the cover. Chris Claremont throughout does the rest, once again, of all the writing. If I Could Die, this is also a Secret Wars 2 crossover. And in this, this one's known as the Aftermath, number 38, in which the Beyonder has killed and brought back to life all of the New Mutants and trying to get their lives back in order after all of the issues in dealing with Secret Wars 2. And in this particular book as well, you do get an appearance by Emma Frost. And also this cover on this one is done by Art Adams, as is the next one, number 39, also an Art Adams cover, called Pawns of the White Queen. And yes, once again, the Hellions are back and going after the New Mutants. And last but not least, we've got Captain America and Magneto going at it on the cover, with Barry Windsor Smith doing the cover art. Of course, the story is Assemble. Barry Windsor Smith doing the cover, Chris Claremont doing the story, Captain America and the Avengers making an appearance, trying to save the New Mutants from Magneto and the Hellions, and that would be it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, this is 21 through 40 of the New Mutants. Stay tuned for the next one, which will go from 41 to 60. And thank you for watching. Hit like if you enjoy. And thank you for watching.